Aloha, beautiful souls. Welcome to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. And in today's pick a card reading, we are going to look at your soul contracts, your karma, and your life lessons. So we are going to get detailed AF with this reading. So get comfy, get cozy, and probably have some kind of tea or something to snack on while we're at it. You know, I love me a good snack and some good beverages while we dive deep into this area of your life. So take a look at these options. We have Bluebell, Wisteria, and Bracken. So go ahead, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and meditate on your soul contracts, karma, and life lessons. And whenever you are ready, go ahead and pick one of these three options, and you will see the timestamps and the chapter to go to your reading down below. I'll see you there. Hey there, Star Fam. Welcome to your reading. For those of you that were drawn to this beautiful image of the Bluebell, comment down below. Let me know who you are and let me know your favorite color because I noticed that the color combinations are so lovely with the three options today. So let me know what your favorite color is down below. And let's get into your reading. So I have to tell you this story about the Bluebell that comes from Finland. I recently learned this and it's a super duper cute story. So I have to share it with you because it has relevance to what we're talking about today. All right. So in Finland, the story behind the Bluebells here is that the fairy wanted to help some mice out and alert them whenever a cat was nearby. And so the fairy created this bluebell flower so it could ring, it can chime whenever a cat is nearby and give the mice enough warning so that they can run and hide so they don't get eaten. So super duper cute story, isn't it? And what does it have to do with our conversation today about the soul contracts, karma, and life lessons? Well, for you that were drawn to this Bluebell card, one thing that is a major component in your lifetime is the need to interact with others and receive their help and assistance. Okay? So many of you perhaps feel like you need to be able to take care of yourself, you have this desire or this need to be independent. And one of the major life lessons for you, in this lifetime anyway, is to learn how to accept help from others, accept assistance from others, very gracefully, okay? It's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of, ineptitude or not being able to take care of things on your own. It's just, the way I look at it, and this is really beautiful, y'all. This is really beautiful. So listen closely. The way that this sort of idea started to make sense to me is something that someone said, because just like many of you, I felt the need that I had to be independent. It was almost like I felt I couldn't rely on other people to help me out. But if you're anything like me, you were so quick to help other people out when they needed it. But accepting help is like a whole nother story. And when I was doing my studies to do past life regressions for people, one of the things that was so important as a life lesson is that we all need to be able to receive love and help from others because other people need to have that experience of loving and helping someone else. Does that make sense? So we can't just be giving things out all the time because then we're depriving other people from the opportunity of experiencing what it is like to love, help, and assist other people, right? There has to be people around there that's going to receive that love, help, and aid. And who better than you as someone who gives love, help, and aid so freely to receive that from others, right? Okay, hopefully that made sense. Is that making sense? Is that resonating with some of you? I hope so, because it really struck home with me. So let's dive even deeper, okay? Let's look at soul contracts here. Now, soul contracts, we're going to be looking at major people in your life that have an important role in this lifetime to, maybe help you learn something, experience something really powerful in this lifetime. So let's see what we got here. Okay, Spirit is saying pull a couple of cards. So we'll do 2 and then we'll clarify with the tarot, okay? So, I don't know why I flipped it like that. So weird. I guess we have to honor it. So we have Moon and we also have Cancer. Oh, this is very, very interesting. So definitely for a lot of you, this key person in your life that you have a soul contract with is a Cancer because Cancer is ruled by the moon here. So with this energy, this person could have a lot of Cancer in their chart. So that's one thing, or they could be a Cancer themselves. Or this person could have a lot of placements in their or they could have their moon in a very prominent placement, or their moon sign is in Cancer, right? So you can kind of mix and match this any way that feels appropriate. So I'm going to describe this person to you because, again, it's a general reading, so not everyone's going to fall perfectly into this criteria here. But a Cancer person is someone that has a lot of mother energy, a lot of divine feminine energy. They love, creating a home, building a warm, beautiful home. Family is very important to them. Ancestry is very important to them. They care a lot about other people. Cancer is a water sign, so their strength is in their emotions. They can feel deeply and they can kind of empathize and sympathize with other people quite easily. One of my friends, like, my favorite thing to say about Cancers is the caring crab. And you can take that as well because I feel like that would help you also. The other thing about Cancer, being represented by the crab is, what is that animal like? What is the appearance like? It has a hard shell with some claws, but the inside is very soft and tender. So I feel like this kind of goes in line with what we're talking about a little bit with the Bluebell, right? That you have this tough exterior where it's like, yeah, I could take care of things on my own. I'm fully independent. I'm a powerhouse. I'm like, I don't need anybody. I don't need to rely on anybody, right? So you have that, but on the inside, definitely desiring that love and that connection and that tenderness as well. So Cancers can be that way too. They can appear a bit cut off from other people, or at like a distance. I think aloof, maybe aloof might be a good word, but really they're super duper caring on the inside, and they're actually probably quite sensitive as well. So perhaps you can think of somebody in your life that fits any one of those descriptions there, okay? And let's get some details on what this soul contract is about here with the tarot, okay? So let's do one more shuffle. And oh, I did it again, y'all. I guess this is how we're doing the readings today, not normally how I do it. But we have 9 of Cups. So definitely this, by the imagery here, looks like a very emotional kind of relationship. I'm sensing for the majority of you, it's going to be romantic in nature. For some of you, it may have to do with family, because what I'm sensing here, this represents like a mother and a father type thing, okay? So either romantic partnership, doesn't necessarily have to be a spouse, okay? But just a very deep, long-lasting romantic relationship, or a family relationship. Okay, the key here is longevity. So it's not like, 1 month, 2 month kind of thing. It's probably several months or several years. Next, we have the Hierophant. So definitely for a lot of you, marriage, because the Hierophant represents someone that you are in a committed relationship with. Okay, so I misspoke with marriage. For some of you, yes, it's going to be a spouse. For others of you, it's going to be someone you're in a long-term relationship with, because the Hierophant is the earthly figure that does the rituals and ceremonies to bond the spirits together, okay, which is, I guess a very colorful way to describe a marriage ceremony or the intention behind a marriage ceremony. Next, we have the 8 of Wands. Okay, so a lot of movement with this person, fast energy. What I'm also sensing with this is traveling. So It could be that you or your partner or your family moved somewhere else. So it's like you were born somewhere and then you moved somewhere else. Okay. So this could even be if you're like me, like a first generation American, right? My parents are originally from the Philippines. So that could apply to you as well, because we did talk about parents and familial bonds and relationships earlier. So that could be describing it that your family or your spouse or you moved to a different country, moved to a different place to kind of live out adulthood. Next, we have the Page of Coins. So it looks like part of this relationship is understanding finances, understanding work and career, and what it means to have a happy, loving, healthy home. So any one of those things, take how it applies. This is the contract that you have with this person to build this type of relationship. And of course, maybe learn some things about what's important to you when it comes to career, finances, and home and family. Okay, and we have one more. We have Eight of Cups. So one of the big things for, oh my gosh, we're running out of space. I guess we'll just put this like this. One of the big things here is that you really make choices to leave things behind that no longer feel fulfilling to you. All right? So it's not about sticking it out, right? When that situation is really draining you or not serving you and the other people. It's about leaving things that are emotionally weakening or unhealthy, that type of thing. And what I'm sensing for some of you too with these soul contracts, it's about healing the past. Okay, so maybe some of you had difficulties with your significant other in the past. It's about moving beyond that. Okay, and not holding that resentment and that anger any longer because of what happened in the past. And same thing with family. Okay, like healing and letting go of old hurts, old pains. So that's part of the contract here. For some of you, especially those that do ancestral work, it's about you being the vessel to heal any trauma and pain that you inherited from your ancestors during this lifetime. Okay? Ooh, wow, that was really powerful. Super duper deep. Okay, let's find out next about your karma. Okay, so karma from your previous lifetimes here that are important for you to be aware of in this lifetime. And ideally, you're going to kind of heal it, okay, and resolve this past karma. So we have, and I'm going to just flip it weird like that again. Oh my gosh, wisdom. Look at this. I've never seen this card before in this deck with the unicorn. Dang, I'm loving it. I'm feeling it. So we're going to have to layer it because I don't think we're going to have as much room for the last row here. So you have wisdom and vows. Oh, interesting. So for some of you, this looks like some sort of religious vow that you may have taken in a past life. So maybe some of you were like monks, nuns, priests, popes, pastors. Are friars also like pastors? Like Friar, I think it's Friar Tuck is his name from Red Robin. Oh my gosh, that's a restaurant here in the U.S. I mean Robin Hood. Wow, Mom. Okay, anyways. So maybe some of you took some vows in a previous lifetime. And what I'm sensing is that it could be that you ultimately chose to break those vows. Okay, so it's about healing it. So maybe you promised something and for whatever reason, you weren't able to fulfill that vow. Okay, no judgment, no tea, no shade here. Everyone's life circumstances are different. And so it could be that you had to break a vow that you had taken in a past life, and now you have to fulfill it in this lifetime, okay? When we pull the tarot, we're gonna probably get more information on that. Now here with wisdom, part of everybody's karma, and definitely you're no different here, is that we all come to expand and grow and learn from our higher self's perspective, right? So we come here to experience this wide range of circumstances and situations and emotions here in this lifetime so that we can gain this wisdom. But what I'm getting here for a lot of you is that this is definitely related to like a spiritual wisdom, okay? Which makes total sense because we have the Hierophant, we have vows also supporting that. So spiritual wisdom, okay? Maybe a lot of you feel deeply connected to your religion and your religious deities and figures, right? Or just spirit in general. And part of what you are doing or continuing to do in this lifetime is deepen that connection and awareness of spirit and those deities, okay? So being spiritually connected here. And I'm getting for some of you, maybe spirituality is not something that you've given as much thought to before. Maybe it wasn't until recent times that you started thinking about it. And this is really the start of fulfilling this karma and this life purpose here, all right? So let's get some more detailed information on this. Okay, I cut that properly this time, so I guess we're gonna go with it. So we have Three of Wands, okay? So reaching for something, having your eyes set on this goal. It could be spiritual enlightenment, nirvana, feeling, at peace and at bliss, majority of the time here on the physical plane. Reaching for goals. Yeah, I'm seeing this like reaching for spiritual alignment because you see this person climbing up this ladder up into the clouds. So we have the Magician as well. Ooh, I like this. I like this. So being the creator of your destiny here and kind of bringing the things from your mind and your dreams into physical reality, okay? So that's part of that karma. What I'm hearing from spirit, it's sort of like bringing the energy of spirit into the physical realm. And also I'm hearing that you should be maybe speaking to people about it and sharing what you know about spirituality or religion with others. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune. Definitely this is all about destiny and the fulfillment of your destiny here. And King of Cups. Ooh, how appropriate. We had that Cancer card earlier. So there is definitely some strong water sign energy coming in as well. And here what I'm getting with this karma is tuning into any emotional wounds that you have. So the easiest way to figure out emotional wounds is to figure out what triggers you, okay? Either triggers you to sadness and grief or anger, and kind of worry, okay? So whatever you're really anxious, worried about, or things that kind of set you off, those are areas for emotional healing and wounding. I'm also hearing from spirit that remember when we were talking about these vows that you weren't able to fulfill in a previous life? It could be too that you need to find out why you weren't able to complete this wound here, or this vow. Oh my God, so sorry. Or this vow. I know we were supposed to find it out with these cards, but nothing is coming through right now. I think maybe Spirit is telling me that's something you're going to have to discover on your own because it's different for each one of you since this is a general reading, okay? And one way you can do that is, of course, a past life regression. And if that's something that interests you, reach out to me via DM on Instagram or book that energy alignment session with me, and we can kind of get the ball rolling and get things figured out from there, okay? So the link for the energy alignment session is down below. Anyways, moving on. So this King of Cups energy here, this is about understanding the effect emotions have on your life, because emotions are energy in motion. How many of you have ever heard that before? Emotions are energy in motion. So when you feel these strong emotions, what you're doing is putting energy into that manifestation. Okay, that's where energy is flowing. So when you get excited and happy about something, then it allows things that match that vibration to come into your life, to be created, to be brought into reality. But when you're in lower vibrational emotions like anger, guilt, shame, sadness, anxiety, then you attract things that will bring more of those emotions into your life. Okay, does that make sense? So 10 of Cups. Okay, so definitely what I'm hearing is that part of the reason why you couldn't fulfill your vows, so we got a little bit of a clue here, is for one, it could have been a marriage vow and you weren't really in love with that person. Maybe it was an arranged marriage. Maybe you were in love with someone else. Okay, so that's part of that. I'm hearing just love. Love, 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 love. Okay, like romantic love. And you know, when you are devoted to your religion, then you're not really taking a spouse or a life partner. And, you know, a lot of people have to abstain from physical intimacy as well. So that could be something that you just couldn't do or wasn't aligned with you in a previous lifetime here. And what I'm also getting is these vows that you made, like you made them out of obligation or duty. Okay, so the King of Cups is about authority, obligation, doing what you're supposed to do, you know, divine masculine energy here, also like emperor energy, right? And you just didn't feel fulfilled by it. Okay, like you did it because it was the culturally or socially acceptable thing to do, the right thing to do, but you just weren't feeling it. It wasn't your heart's true desire, all right? And that's why you didn't fulfill that obligation. And in this lifetime, you know, when you find out what it is, then you may be in a better position to honor that obligation, okay, from a previous lifetime, or fulfill that vow. It could even be like in a different way, you know? There's such a variety of ways this could kind of play itself out. And, you know, what I'm getting from Spirit right now is that that's all that can be said, because this is a general reading and it's going to be different for each one of you. All right. So there's a vow that you have to fulfill in this lifetime that was not aligned with you in a previous lifetime, or the circumstances just didn't allow for it to be completed. And I mean, honestly, who doesn't have unfinished business from a previous lifetime anyway, you know? It's just a matter of figuring out what it is. But I'm sensing for a lot of you, it has to do with love, relationships, and maybe even religion, okay? Now, this is like major life lessons that you, you know, intended to learn during this lifetime before you incarnated, all right? So let's see what this is all about. Safe travel, keep me safe and let me roam, far away but bring me home. Okay, so part of the life lesson here is, again, figure out what is home to you. Where is home? I'm sensing for a lot of you, it's not where you were born. Okay, we kind of talked about that a little bit earlier, but since now we're focused on your life lessons, part of your life lesson is to travel, experience another culture, experience another way of being. And you don't necessarily have to leave your country for that, okay? It's just about moving to a place that is different from your upbringing, okay? So you can gain that wisdom that we saw here with the karma cards. And grace. Grace, blessing, come to me to set me free. So grace, you know, it can be a very religious concept as well. And it's about forgiveness. It's about letting go and not holding on to anger or frustration towards yourself, towards other people, towards God, towards spirit, and letting those emotions go. I feel like one of the things that may help you work with this energy of grace or understand it better is if you look up Ho'oponopono, okay? It comes from Hawaii, Ho'oponopono prayer. And the basic prayer sequence is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Okay, so definitely look that up so you can kind of understand the energetics behind it and the intention behind it as well. Because I feel like that's definitely a major life lesson for you to learn, is to give yourself grace, to give other people grace as well. So let's get some tarot cards again, another round of tarot cards to get a better idea. Although this one was probably the clearest to me out of these last two. But nevertheless, let's take all that spirit can give us with this reading, yeah? We are expert receivers here at Transform with Ryan, right, Star Fam? We receive all that knowledge and wisdom and blessings. So, Six of Swords. Okay, there we go. Travel. Okay, and because this is the Six of Swords, it's really about understanding other ways of thinking, other perspectives, other value systems. Okay, that's the swords is about the mind, about knowledge and wisdom. So, traveling to understand again differences between cultural practices, societal norms, ways of living, that kind of thing. We have the Two of Coins. There you go. I'm sensing that this is all about balancing, right? Balancing your personal views with the views of those people around you and learning how to live in harmony whenever there's a difference and having grace for other people. Eight of Swords. So this is about being free from the trappings of the mind. So one of the main blockages for why people have a hard time with grace is because some people, they just want to be right all the time. And that's a function of the ego. Okay, the ego mind wants to be right. The ego mind wants to be respected. The ego mind wants what it wants. It wants things to be its way. Okay, so letting go of that is a huge step into tapping into that grace energy. So the Hangman, okay, again, different perspectives. So understanding other people's perspective, pausing and taking a moment to see the other side, okay? Four of Swords, there you go. So again, we have swords energy. So we have 1, 2, 3 swords energies here. And this is all about your way of thinking, expanding your way of thinking and your mindset. Also, removing the limiting beliefs that you have or that conditioning and that programming that prevents you from reaching your goals, all right? And really connecting with other people on a deeper level, all right? So with this, you see how this wolf, this is actually the wolf Fenrir. I feel like it's so weird for me to say that out loud, but when I read it, I say it so well in my head. So Fenrir is like this Norse god. It's like a child of a god that has the form of a wolf, and it's supposed to herald whatchamacallit? Ragnarok, which is like the end of times or whatever, end of the world as we know it, okay? And that's just like a little bit of mythology. But in any case, with this card, what it's really representing here is being trapped and being restricted, okay, by the things that we say. So if you look and believe, so if you look at this, there's this sword going through Fenrir's mouth here. And what's important for you to understand here is you really need to listen. Okay, that's a big life lesson for you, is to learn how to listen, not speak. Okay, the best communication, the best interactions come when both people are listening to each other. Okay, so that should be the focus of interactions as well, is listening to other people's perspective, listening to other people's opinions. It doesn't mean you have to agree. No, that's not what I'm saying. And some people think that when you're listening and you're just nodding your head like, okay, I see, I understand, that you agree. That's not true. It's just about listening so that you can understand where they're coming from, and both of you will be able to come to a good compromise when it comes to, resolving any issues between you. Oh, wow. This was an amazing reading. I hope you enjoyed all about your soul contracts, karma, and life lessons. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in to your reading today, Star Fam. Make sure to like and comment down below what you are calling into your reality from your reading today. And of course, feel free to share this video with others and subscribe to this channel. Now, I'd like to extend a very special invitation for those of you that want to go beyond a general tarot reading. Specifically, if you'd like to align with your purpose and learn how to achieve your goals. Now, if you look in the description box box down below, you will see that there is a link to book an energy alignment session with me. And on that call, we will come up with a roadmap specifically for you to align with your purpose and, of course, achieve your goals. So I look forward to connecting with you on your energy alignment session. And until next time, sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. Bye. Hey there, Star Fam. Welcome to your reading today on your soul contracts, your karma, and lessons. We are going to get so detailed on this reading. And for those of you that were drawn to this Wisteria card, let me know who you are down in the comments below. And let me know what your favorite color is, okay? Because I was looking at the color palette here with the 3 options. I was like, wow, that's a really beautiful color combination. So that made me curious now. What is your favorite color? I want to know. So let's dive into your reading, shall we? Now, what's so beautiful about this Wisteria card, I feel called to kind of explain a little bit about these plants in your reading today, is the Wisteria is actually one of the trees that will have its flowers bloom a little bit later than some of the other plants, okay? During the springtime season. And what that means is, what it symbolizes is listening and trusting your own judgment, your inner voice, despite what everyone else around you is doing, okay? And so if everyone else around you is doing this thing and that's part of their path, and you feel like you need to join them, you feel like you need to do that thing too, even though deep down you don't feel it, okay? Or maybe you have some trouble with feeling like maybe other people are farther ahead of you and you're trying to catch up and you want to join them with where they're at. But really, everyone goes through things and achieve things in their own time. You know, most of the more meaningful things in life, particularly your soul journey, it's not a race. Okay? So spiritual growth, spiritual enlightenment, self-fulfillment, finding your purpose, none of that is a race, okay? So stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop trying to be like them. Be who you really are. Do things at the pace that feels most aligned with you. Trust your judgment, okay? And trust your timing, your unique timing. So that's the main message here with the Wisteria, okay? Which is a beautiful, beautiful message. Now, let's take a look. Oh, I forgot to put on my other bracelet. Oh, I guess I'll just leave it off. So let's take a look at some soul contracts that you had with someone else in your life. So we're going to get some information about this key player in your current lifetime that you have a soul contract with, and then we'll see if what details we can get about your soul contract with them, okay? So you have Leo, okay? So this person that you have a soul contract with, and you can have multiple soul contracts, but in this reading, we'll just look at one, okay? So this person could have a lot of planetary placements in their birth chart in the sign of Leo. It could even just be simple that, you know, hey, this person has a sun sign Leo, right? So that's one thing. And we also have Venus. So their Venus could be placed in Leo, right, in their birth chart, or it could be that Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So those could also be prominent signs in their birth chart, or that could be their sun sign, okay? Now, what does this personality maybe kind of look like? And that might give you some more clues to kind of go beyond astrology here. So Leos, they're very outgoing. They're very action-oriented, okay? They can often be seen as like the life of the party. They're very entertaining. They do enjoy the spotlight, whether they care to admit it or not, but they do like it when people notice them and praise them, compliment them. They're super duper fun. Leos are fun to be around. They can be a bit ferocious and protective, right? As lions can be when it comes to their territory and their pride. And what I'm also getting to is One of the things that people need to understand about the shadow aspect of Leo is a lot of their self worth, their self esteem, depends on other people praising them, other people recognizing them. Okay. So to ignore a Leo can be like a huge blow to their ego. Okay. So that's important to know about a shadow aspect of Leo. Now, Venus is the planet of creativity, values, self worth, love, okay? And so this person could really be a creative individual, right? They are very skilled in the arts, or they have a big interest in the arts, the fine arts, music, painting, building, pottery, writing, poetry, filmmaking, like all those artistic kind of pursuits and endeavors. Um, Venus also can be quite romantic, right? So that might be part of their personality traits, is they're a romantic at heart. Um, and they could have a good sense of, self worth, self esteem. Or if they carry a little bit of Leo, maybe it's a bit distorted there. Like they don't have the healthiest sense of self worth, self love, self esteem. Um, Venus is also about resources, right? Because it's about value, right? So, what resources do you value? What objects and belongings are important to you, right? If you could list them out. Um, and some people are very successful with creating a lot of wealth and abundance for themselves. Other people are not. So, you can kind of take a look at those aspects of this person as well. So whatever resonates with you, keep it. Whatever doesn't, toss it. Because this is a general reading. And so a lot of these characteristics I described, it's not going to apply perfectly to each one of you. So let's see what other details we can get about this person you have a soul contract with. We have 8 of coins. So this could be someone that you went to school with or you took a class with, because 8 of coins is all about learning. So whether, primary school, secondary school, so elementary, middle school, high school, or college, university, doctorate program, master's degree, whatever. So that could be this person here. We have the 9 of Wands. This could be someone too. Remember how we were talking about Leo being a bit defensive and protective about what its territory, its belongings, and Venus is all about personal belongings. So this could be a person too that's very protective of their physical belongings. What I'm hearing is they might even have a hard time sharing things with other people, right? Maybe they're even a hoarder. They worry a lot perhaps about money and physical belongings, right? What I'm hearing about this person too is, Leo likes to stand out. Leo likes to catch people's eyes, kind of make a statement when they're seen, when they appear somewhere. And I don't know about you, I'm sure this is common in a lot of different cultures, but for some people, Filipino people, they really like to flaunt their belongings. Like if they have a really nice car, name brand things, a big beautiful house, it's like they like to share and show off their status. Okay. And the way they do that is through their belongings. So it could even be that this person is really preoccupied and spends a lot of time worrying about their belongings, their wealth, their money, and kind of the impression they're making on people. Especially those outside of the home, okay? Because here's like the house, and then there's this fence here of like flaming skulls. So what's really important to them is making an impression out there in the world. And that, like we were talking about this Wisteria, so it seems like that kind of flows with them too, that they really try to fit in. They want to do what everyone else is doing, right? Oh, okay. So definitely, this is someone that like is very protective of their material wealth and their physical possessions, because we have the 4 of coins here, which is Someone that hoards things, holds on to things. They're at their worst, the Four of Coins represents like a bit greedy. Okay. We have the Hermit. So this person is definitely prone to be like a bit of a loner. All right. Especially what I'm hearing is, especially when they're offended or they're upset, what I'm hearing is they could be a bit pouty even and sulky. Okay. Like they would kind of, if no one's noticing them, if no one's paying attention to them, they'll go like run off to a corner or go lock themselves away in a room or just like flat out leave the party or whatever. Right. If they're not getting that kind of attention that they desire. Wow, very, very interesting personality, wouldn't you say, with this person, right? And we have the King of Cups. So they have a lot of strong emotions here. And because we had the Leo energy, again, I would say this person, they might even be quick to anger. They might, in some cases, be emotionally manipulative, right? So, like with this sulky, kind of pouty attitude, it's a maneuver that people do to try to get what they want when they don't get it the first time. Okay. So you have a soul contract with this type of person here that's shown in this card. And what I'm sensing from spirit is your purpose, or what this soul contract is for you to really learn how to work with this kind of energy, have compassion for them, try to understand them a little bit better, and like, why are they the way they are, rather than maybe shaming them or teasing them or bullying them or making fun of them, or just whatever, to treat them poorly. Like, really at the core of it, what does this person really want here? Okay, we can look at Venus to get an idea. This person just wants love. Okay? And the way this person receives love is through attention. Okay? And people spending time with them, people telling them, what they like about them, like complimenting them. That's just how they receive love. Okay? And what I'm hearing is that even though, they value physical possessions and stuff, it's like a means to an end for them. The only reason why they want all these physical possessions is because they think that people are going to like them for it. Okay? That's the only reason why. So what I'm hearing from spirit is, if you're able to, whenever that is, if you can just show this person that you love and accept them, regardless of their status, their wealth, what nice things they have or whatever, then it will go a long way. Oh, wow, that was amazing. That part really, whoa. What a very interesting character, right, that we described there. So perhaps you know who this person is in your life. And if you don't, then you might be meeting them here any day now. So let's take a look at karma from your past life, okay? Karma from past life energies that, past lifetimes, I should say, that need to be resolved, or that needs to be worked through in this current lifetime. So we have spouse. Ooh, okay. So someone you married in a past life, you have unfinished business with them in this lifetime. And orphan. Ooh, wow. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so what I'm kind of hearing for a lot of you, and we're just gonna roll with this is a very interesting storyline, is you got married to someone, and then it could be unfortunately, you both passed away, leaving a child orphaned, okay? Or one of you passed away, or one of you left, and then the other person passed away and leaving this person orphaned. Okay, so those are like the main scenarios and themes that I'm getting from some of your past life karma. And what I'm hearing is that what you're gonna have to heal is this energy here with the child that was orphaned. Okay, so we were just talking about Leo energy here, and how some people might see the Leo being a bit childish in some of their ways and behaviors. And now we have this child here who's been orphaned. So, children need love and attention and care. And it could be that this person was your child in a past life. That could definitely be a scenario here. And they are really trying to get that attention that they didn't have, that love and affection that they didn't have from you in this past life. Because again, maybe you passed away or maybe you abandoned them. Who knows? Again, no judgment here. You know, every life journey has its unique circumstances. So I'm not one to judge, and definitely don't judge yourself, okay? Because we don't know all the exact details of everyone's circumstances. So a lot of times we can't always judge them or tell them what's right for them and what isn't right for them, because we haven't exactly walked in their shoes or been in their position. But let's get some more details on this past life karma energy here. Nine of Cups. Okay, so definitely this is about a love, marriage, the spouse, so that's supporting it. Queen of Swords. So what I'm seeing with this Queen of Swords energy, because the Queen of Swords is pretty cold, okay? It's not a warm and fuzzy type of individual. This is an individual that is like, be practical, be honest, sometimes brutally so, right? Do what makes sense. Don't really live life based on your emotions. Do what's expected of you. What is your duty? What is your responsibility? Do that regardless of how you feel, okay? So it could even be that in a past lifetime, you were a bit of a cold parent, okay? Not super affectionate, not super loving. Again, I don't know the circumstances. Maybe if your spouse left you and you were alone, it's hard to be loving and caring and kind when you are suffering through that wound of abandonment yourself. Or if you are struggling to provide for you and your child, and maybe you're not in a good position to earn enough money to do so, okay, right? So definitely there's that element coming into play here. Death. Okay, so yes, one or both of you passed away in that past life. Now, normally the death card doesn't speak to actual death, especially when you're talking about your present lifetime. But since we're talking about a past lifetime, one in which you've already passed away, right? Then it's safe to assume that that was the case there. We have Four of Wands. Okay, so the Nine of Cups and Four of Wands really just highlight that marriage relationship, okay? And Temperance. So this karma has to come into balance. So there was this void in this orphaned child's life that needs to be fulfilled here and brought back into balance, okay? Interesting. So there's a couple of things that came through as that we were pulling these cards. So one, you could have been that orphan child, okay? That's another possibility. The other thing that I am hearing, oh my God, I just lost it. It had to do with the Four of Wands and the Nine of Cups. I lost it, y'all. So sorry. Maybe it'll come back when we do the next part of your reading. And if it does, I'll definitely pause and say it out loud before I forget it again. Okay, so let us move next to your life lesson. So major life lessons that you plan to learn or experience in this lifetime before you incarnated. Wow, that sounds so like deeply spiritual, right? I love it. I love that stuff. Okay. So you have organization, purpose, planning, efficiency now come to me so easily. So part of your life lesson here is to learn how to be more organized. And, you know, what's the importance of being organized, really? Like, why do people strive to be organized? Well, because you want to be efficient, okay? So it's not so much you having the ability to do something, having the skills and the capacity to do something. It's about doing so efficiently and being able to do it quickly with the least amount of effort and time wasted. All right, so that's the importance of organization. And we have joy. As I do will, so would it be. Let joy and light radiate from me. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that in past lifetimes, things have been super duper serious, definitely kind of borderline tragic, especially this part here, right? When we tapped into that karma. Um, and there was very little joy in previous lifetimes. And now you have this opportunity in this lifetime to really experience a lot of joy and happiness. Okay. I'm sensing that there was some really big lessons that you signed up to learn in a previous lifetime. And now, because you've gone through that experience in this lifetime, you can choose a slightly lighter path, okay? A path that's a little bit easier, a little bit more lighthearted, and has this opportunity to bring joy in. Now, speaking of which, what I'm just reminded of is this Leo personality. Again, I told you Leos are fun. They can be the life of the party. They can be a bit of a clown sometimes, even like they know how to make people laugh, right? And so tapping into that joy, tapping into the brighter aspects of this person rather than focusing so much on some of the negative aspects that they carry, okay? And really allowing yourself to experience the joy that they bring into your life versus the stress or frustration, okay? So let's pull some tarot cards and get some more info on this part here. I really like shuffling. I mean, I've shuffled this so many times. I honestly probably could have gone without shuffling it again, but that's fine. We'll do one more. All right, so we have Ace of Swords, beautiful. So new ideas, new ways of thinking, new strategies, especially with this organization here. Seven of Wands, hard work, okay? Hard work, but also smart work, okay? So not slaving away and exhausting yourself and running yourself ragged. Being organized will allow you to do things again efficiently, and then you can spend what time left over you have on things that you find fun and exciting. Ace of Coins, good. Okay, so when you're organized, when you're efficient, your capacity to gain wealth is even higher, right? Because you're not wasting time. And, you know, a lot of people say time is money, right? And we have the Moon here. This card is very interesting. We'll have to come back to that. And then we also have Page of Coins. So you have Ace of Coins and Page of Coins, which share a very similar energy here. So one of your life lessons is to really understand your relationship with money, physical and material possessions or belongings. And I'm getting from Spirit that you could learn a lot from this person because of their Venus energy, okay? At the very least, you can kind of get an idea of what not to do, right? Oftentimes, what's so interesting is oftentimes the things that trigger us or upset us in other people, those are characteristics that we have within our shadow self, okay? Oh my God, now the Moon card makes sense with that. So the Moon card speaks to the subconscious, okay? So part of your life lesson here is to go deep within your subconscious and explore these shadow aspects of yourself, these hidden aspects that you're not consciously aware of. Sometimes, you know, what will give us clues to our subconscious thoughts and beliefs is our behaviors, okay? Like what triggers us? How do our finances look? How do we view material possessions? I mean, some people, what I'm hearing, some people are very anti material possessions, right? They're like, oh, I'm not a brand whore or anything like that, right? Like, I'm not going to, you know, give all my money to corporate businesses, and, you know, people need to be judged more by their character rather than how much money they have or their social status, that kind of thing, right? So we kind of put down or we shame people that have all this material wealth and physical belongings, right? And really, like, if you were at peace with things like that, you wouldn't hate on them, right? If you were at peace with that dynamic within yourself of wealth and what it means, you wouldn't hate on people for that or be jealous or envious or put them down, okay? So dig deep into your subconscious, star fam, here, and figure out, like, why do you have such strong emotions towards certain things in your life, okay? Especially the negative emotions. And you'll start to slowly uncover and unearth these subconscious beliefs and thought patterns here that can be brought up for healing. All right. Yeah, so new ideas coming through, especially around wealth and belongings and working with that energy. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. Wow, wow. So that was your reading, loves, on your soul contracts, karma, and life lessons. Thank you so much for tuning in to your reading today, Star Fam. Make sure to like and comment down below what you are calling into your reality from your reading today. And of course, feel free to share this video with others and subscribe to this channel. Now, I'd like to extend a very special invitation for those of you that want to go beyond a general tarot reading. Specifically, if you'd like to align with your purpose and learn how to achieve your goals. Now, if you look in the description box down below, you will see that there is a link to book an energy alignment session with me. And on that call, we will come up with a roadmap specifically for you to align with your purpose and, of course, achieve your goals. So I look forward to connecting with you on your energy alignment session. And until next time, sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. Bye. Hey there, Star Fam. Welcome to your reading here for your soul contracts, karma, and life lessons. We're going to get detailed with this reading. So those of you that were drawn to the Bracken card here, let me know who you are down in the comments below. And while I was looking at the options that I pulled out for you, I noticed the color palette was amazing. Did you? And so I got to thinking, like, not only tell me who you are that we're drawn to this Bracken image here, but also tell me what your favorite color is, because now I want to know, because I love that color palette. So let me know what your favorite color is down in the comments. And while you do that, let's get your reading started, okay? So let me tell you a little bit about the Bracken plant here. So it's a type of fern, and the seed of this fern is not readily visible, but it continues to grow, it continues to multiply and flourish, okay? So it's a little bit of a miracle. And what this card really symbolizes for you is it's okay not to be in the public eye, not to be the center of attention, not to have to interact socially. It's okay to be invisible, okay? And kind of have a quiet moment to yourself, do your own thing. You don't constantly have to be around other people, okay? And you don't constantly have to be the center of attention or be on stage, all right? So that's one thing here. The other thing that I'm getting, oh my gosh, I kind of forgot a little bit of it too as I was speaking. I kind of got sidetracked. So let me pause for a moment. Okay. I kind of remember some of it. We'll see if the rest of it comes back to me. But the other thing is the importance of alone time for you. Alone time to sort of recharge, rejuvenate, because it can be a bit draining to be around other people all the time, and sometimes to try to live up to their expectations, okay? So this is about being able to escape that and really kind of connect with yourself. And connect with your truth and your desires, all right? And not be so influenced by other people. And kind of an extension of that I'm getting for some of you too is like being true to yourself, okay? And not necessarily feeling like you have to do what the public feels is the best thing for you, or what the public feels is socially acceptable for you, okay? Beautiful. So these cards already jumped out so quickly as I was shuffling them. And these two cards are going to give us the main idea behind someone in your life who you have a soul contract with. Okay? And so these are some astrology cards. So I'm going to describe a little bit the astrology and then a little bit about their personality traits to help you kind of understand who this person is. Okay? So Scorpio. All right. So firstly, the obvious thing is this person could have a sun sign in Scorpio, right? Or they could have a lot of planetary placements in the sign of Scorpio on their birth chart. Now, the second card here that count is Sagittarius. Interesting. So this was a little bit different from the other piles in which we have two zodiac signs that came out. So again, this person could be a Sagittarius sun sign or have a lot of planetary placements in the sign of Sagittarius. So what's interesting too about this combination is they follow each other, or Scorpio is followed by Sagittarius in the order of the zodiac, okay? So in general, the compatibility sometimes with these two signs or signs that are next to each other can be a bit challenging, okay? Because there are a lot more differences between them than similarities, okay? Like all fire signs, all water signs, and etc. share similarities, right? Air and fire signs get along. Water and earth signs get along. But, you know, we have a water and fire. So you can imagine, right? That maybe it's not the easiest dynamic to work with. And so that says a lot about this person. So this person could be someone that you generally butt heads with. Okay, so this is, I wouldn't say this is a very easy, harmonious soul contract. Okay, that's not represented by this person. Now, could you have multiple soul contracts? Of course. But the person that Spirit wants to speak to you on in this reading is someone you have a challenging soul contract, soul relationship with here. Okay? So let's get into a little bit of their characteristics. So the first thing is we have water and fire. So their energy, just them alone, not necessarily with you, can seem a bit contradictory. Okay? It's almost like what I'm hearing is they do one thing, but they feel something different. Okay, so it's like they act angrily, but on the inside they're really hurting, and they don't want to be that way. Okay, or it could be that they're doing someone a favor, but on the inside they're kind of resentful and annoyed that they have to do it. Okay, so it could be something like that, like they do something, but their feelings about it don't match up with what they're doing. Okay, there's like a little bit of a misalignment here, and you could probably sense it. You're kind of like, well, if you're acting, why are you doing this if you feel this way? Okay, that could be something that you tell them often if you've already met this person. Now, let's look at some other characteristics here, shall we? So Sagittarius is definitely someone who loves to learn and experience life, okay? The Sagittarius can be a bit of a nomad, a bit of a wanderer, so they really enjoy learning about other people, other cultures. Maybe they're kind of like the singer Madonna and they reinvent themselves, you know, over time. They have multiple identities, multiple hats that they've tried on. Sagittarians, they can be easily excitable, especially when it's about something that they like, right? That they get super excited, super pumped. Maybe they might even go into excess when it comes to it, okay? Sagittarians, I would say, are probably not known for their, not restriction, but self-restraint. There you go. They're not known for their self-restraint. They go hard, okay? They party hard, they work hard, they play hard, all that kind of stuff. They can be a bit of a dreamer as well, okay? Sagittarians aren't always the most grounded of the signs. And so, again, their dreams and their thoughts kind of are really big and really expansive because they're ruled by Jupiter, which is an abundant, expansive planet. But it's almost like sometimes they bite off more than they can chew, right? Or their dreams are so big, the execution part to make it a reality isn't really smooth, and sometimes it doesn't even come to fruition, okay? But they have big dreams. They're super fun to be around, very entertaining, okay? They're very passionate beings. And they're very loyal friends, is the other thing that I'm getting about Sagittarians. All right. So that's a little bit about Sagittarius. Now, with Scorpio, Scorpios are super mysterious, super magnetic, but something about them too kind of leaves you on guard. Okay. Because they're so mysterious, you're kind of just like, okay, am I gonna like the truth when I finally find out about it? That's some of the energy that Scorpio has. Scorpio is also super intuitive. They're really connected to the spirit realm. Okay, they like deep conversations. They're really not about that BS or about superficiality. Like that does not resonate with them at all. They're super intense also. Okay, they feel things intensely again because they like to go deep. And sometimes they can be a bit hard to work with because of that intensity. It can be a bit overwhelming at times. So you can kind of see how this personality can be overwhelming in general because Sagittarius is about going big, Scorpio is about being intense. So those are some of the characteristics of this person you have a soul contract with. Let's get some more detailed information on them. I'm kind of tired of shuffling this deck from the other two readings, so we'll just mix them up like this, yeah? Okay, so one more card, Spirit, to help us understand this soul contract person better. Okay, so we have Queen of Coins. Okay, so this person, they may come off as very stubborn energy, okay? But they also create this very lovely home atmosphere, to be honest. So on the surface, again, fun, playful, they think big, they're very loyal, right? So this very beautiful kind of surface level energy, but there's a little bit more beneath that can be the root of maybe some of the conflict that you may have with this person. But they could be a bit, you know, stubborn, but there's also a snake here. And what I'm hearing from Spirit is like there's this element that sometimes they seem or feel a bit sneaky, okay, a bit secretive. Three of Cups. So this is telling me that this is a friend, or I guess friend, all right? I'm feeling like your relationship with this person is, again, you're really attracted to them. It doesn't have to be romantically or anything. It could just be like you're attracted to them as a person. Like there's something about them that brings you back to them over and over and over again. But also there's this sort of like strain to the relationship, this friendship also. It's like when times are good, they're great, they're amazing. When times are rough, it freaking sucks. That's kind of what I'm getting. Next, you have the Empress here, okay? So they do have some mothering energy. They do like to take care of people. They're also, what I'm hearing is they can be a bit abundant, right? Again, the go big or go home kind of energy that Sagittarius can bring sometimes. And with Scorpio, it's about shared resources. So this person, they do share a lot of things. Like they're not stingy by any means, but again, there's that sort of secretive part that kind of, what I'm hearing from Spirit is maybe you've been wondering, like, okay, you're super cool, you're super awesome, but what's the catch? Right? Maybe that's something that you've thought, or you're giving me all this stuff, but what's the catch? You're doing all these things for me, but what's the catch? Okay? Next, we have Two of Cups. So definitely you do have a deep connection with this person, okay? For better or for worse, you do have a very deep connection with them. And I'm sensing that part of this life journey is, you know, kind of moving beyond the parts of their personality that you don't necessarily like or that you find difficult. It's kind of like the good outweighing the bad kind of thing. And maybe for some of you, this friendship could blossom into a romance. Who knows, right? Maybe for some of you, what I'm hearing too is kind of like you were friends before and then you fell in love later in life. And that's if, for those of you in particular that already know who this person is. And we have Ace of Coins. Okay, so this is all about new beginnings, all right? You know what's interesting is for some of you, I even hear that this could be like a coworker or a business partner because we have this Ace of Coins here. Okay, so very, very, very interesting. Hmm. I'm wondering how this whole relationship is going to ultimately play out between the two of you here. Okay, that card wanted to come out, and so did that card. So we're just gonna take it. Wow, the shuffling for all of you is like super duper fast today. So we have trees and we have orphan. So what's interesting, this is all about your past life karma, okay? That you're bringing in from other lifetimes. So what I'm getting is that in a past life, a lot of you felt alone, okay? And a lot of you had to tough it out in a more natural or rural environment is what I'm hearing. So this past life that's coming through is more of a life when people kind of lived in a village, okay? Not so much when people kind of lived in a city, okay? This isn't about an urban life. This is about back in the day when people didn't have electricity or running water, right? And you lived in the forest. So there is some karmic energy coming from that lifetime. And what I'm hearing, you know, this card came out with the second reading. And there were a couple of ways to look at it. But in your reading, the message feels very clear is that you were an orphan in a past life, okay? And you really had to rough it and tough it out here in this forest lifestyle, okay? And this isn't no fancy forest lifestyle, you know, like how you see those eco homes. For tourists in like Central America or South America, it's nothing fancy like that, okay? Like you really had to rough it out. You had to learn how to hunt, to build your own shelter, find clean sources of water, protect yourself from some of the animals in the forest or some of the weather, right? You really had to learn how to fend for yourself in a past lifetime. And some of the trauma and the energies that come from that are going to be lingering in this lifetime. Now, what I'm also hearing for some of you is like in a past life, you were considered like the wild child, even. Like you were this person that was kind of feral. You know how they talk about like Mowgli from the Jungle Book? So, like a wolf child or a wild child, right? That was born and raised outside of civilization, polite society, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm hearing as well. Let's get some more information about this. This is really wild. Okay, I didn't mean to say that. This is really interesting that this combination came out for you and this very specific scenario came out as well. Wow, that card literally like jumped out like crazy. Okay, let's get one more card, Spirit, for this karma. Okay, I feel like that one was the one. Okay, so the card that jumped out is Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So, what I'm hearing with this Wheel of Fortune card, though, is that there's some kind of blessing that's going to come into this lifetime because of this rough lifetime you had to live before. Something really good is coming out. So it could even be that you have a really nice home in this current lifetime, that you have a beautiful home that's warm, safe, provides you shelter. You don't have to worry about people like breaking into your home or messing up your home, damaging it. Like there could be a blessing karmically that you have a very lovely home in this lifetime. Because I'm seeing that there's this web here, and the web is, you know, very, very sturdy. The web can capture things into it, right? And so what I'm hearing is like things come easily to you in this lifetime. That's part of the karma, because judgment, okay? Because you did, you survived despite the circumstances in a previous lifetime, and so you're getting your reward here in this current lifetime. We have the Two of Coins. Oh wow, look at this. Look at this. So what I'm hearing is you get to experience the flip side of the coin. So you have this being that's half human, half bear, half animal. We were just talking about this like wild child, wolf child kind of energy here. So you're this is saying, everything is coming into balance here with the Two of Coins. You see this woman like balancing the two children in her arms while she's, one-legged. Dang. Go ahead, mom. Go ahead. And so it's like you are experiencing the two sides of this coin, poverty and riches. Okay, so in this lifetime, you're experiencing more of the riches, unpredictability and security. So you're kind of experiencing that dynamic here in this lifetime, okay? So for those of you that maybe aren't experiencing this right now, the fact that you're here at this reading and understanding like, hey, I've already lived this scenario before where I was not sure where I was going to find shelter, not sure how I was going to get my next meal, not sure if I was going to get enough water to quench my thirst. So there's this scarcity energy that you might be experiencing, and it's residual from this past life. And so now that you know that you had a past life where you did experience scarcity, you can say, yo, I already lived that. I don't need to live it again. I've experienced that. I don't got to do it again. It's like for some people, when you watch a movie once, most of the time you don't have to watch it again. You've already experienced it. So think of this as the movie of your life and this a movie of your past life. So it's like, yo, I've already done that. When you make that choice where it's like, I've already experienced poverty, I don't need to experience it again, then you will elevate yourself. You will move past that energy of scarcity, but you have to let it go. You have to realize, like, I've already done it. I don't need to do it again. Next, we have Eight of Swords. Oh my God, speaking of like wolf child, although this is like a donkey child, look at this person. So what I'm hearing from Spirit is that whatever scarcity you're in right now, it's because of a mindset that was left over from a previous lifetime where you had to take care of yourself, where you had to do things on your own and you didn't have any help. Now you can let that go. You can move beyond that. You can shed your little wolf skin or donkey skin, whatever it is. You can shed that now and walk towards the palace. Walk towards your bright, abundant future that you're meant to experience in this lifetime, yo. Hanged Man, there you go. So it's about flipping that perspective, okay? Realizing that you choose your reality, okay? Once you get rid of these limiting thoughts, these limiting belief patterns, you can just move on to something else, something better, something more fulfilling, okay? Dang, that was good stuff. That sounds like a very interesting past life, huh? I bet it would be really fun to do a regression and kind of experiencing it again, kind of as if it were a dream. Oh, maybe some of you even had a dream, about a past life like this. I had a dream once where I was like a werewolf. It was really crazy to feel sort of in tune with that animalistic nature and like the thrill of a hunt. It was wild. Oh my God, it was such a wild dream. Kind of terrifying because, wolves, it's not like they go to the grocery store to get their food. They have to like hunt it down and kill it, right? So that part was kind of like off-putting a little bit in my dream. But at the same time, it was like very thrilling. So let's kind of take a look at more life lessons here. I feel like we really touched on that heavily in your reading compared to the other readings, but let's see what other major life lessons you signed up to learn in this incarnation. Knowledge. Let me connect above and below. Let the knowledge of ancestors flow. Ooh, okay. So, in this lifetime, when you were living in the forest, there weren't a lot of universities. There weren't a lot of online courses or classes for you to learn. There probably wasn't even a lot of communication with people in other countries or other places which you can learn from. And so now you can make up for it in this lifetime by learning tons of skills, tons of abilities. And grace. Grace, blessing, come to me to set me free. This actually came out as well. I want to say for the second reading also. So I don't know, maybe you might want to check out the second reading for Wisteria, because obviously, you're a multidimensional being and you've incarnated many, many times. So you kind of might want to look at that and see what that reading has to share with you about another past life even. So here with Grace, in contrast to the last reading though I did, this is more for yourself. What I'm hearing is that you're meant to forgive yourself in this lifetime. That's about that's kind of what grace is for me. It's about forgiveness. What does forgiveness mean? It means letting go of things that don't serve you, things that weigh you down, things that happened in the past, that maybe where things didn't go well, but you have to realize that that was a past instance, and it doesn't have to be your future. Okay, what happened in the past doesn't have to be your future, meaning you don't have to repeat the same things over and over and over again. Once you have grace and forgiveness for yourself and other people involved, then you can be free of that pattern. You can be free of being doomed to repeat the same thing again, okay? The same undesirable outcome again. So what I'm hearing is it's really about letting things go for you, okay? Now, especially in this, what I'm hearing is letting things go for having that crappy hand of cards that you were dealt, okay? So, that kind of brings me to this analogy of this weekend, I was playing a card game with my friends called Protect Your Assets. It was a super fun game, super quick. And, just because you win one round of cards doesn't mean you're going to win the next one. And vice versa. If you didn't win this round of cards, as the cards are dealt again by random, you might win this round. Okay? So that's kind of the same concept here with grace and forgiveness. Okay? Just because you didn't win last time doesn't mean you won't win this time. All right? So everything is like a fresh start here. Okay, so I feel like this one and this one. So let me just pause here real quick because the Knight of Coins, excuse me, I said that really weird, huh? The Knight of Coins jumped out. And this is about hard work and perseverance, okay? So not giving up. So if you're in that scarcity energy, not giving up and tapping in, that's why Empress wanted to be shown, because this is a card of abundance. So tapping into that abundant energy here, okay, in this lifetime, slowly but surely chipping away, learning what you need to learn to shift your mindset to become more of that mindset of someone who has wealth and abundance in their life, okay? So if you want to make money, learn from people who are making a lot of money, right? If you want to learn a skill, learn from people who have that skill. So that's what this is about, taking the time and being patient and disciplined and diligent on your path to knowledge. What do we have here? Knight of Wands. Look at this, another wild child. Oh my God, I'm telling you, the synchronicities in your reading are insane. So, this wild child here is about being passionate, going all out, setting your mind on a goal and going for it, not backing down, okay? So being diligent, seeing where you're headed and going for it 100%. Don't hold back. And we have the Three of Coins. So this is about coming together with other people to fulfill this desire, this dream of yours. And look, we have the three graces here, I believe, is like the myth that this card represents, or the story that this card represents. And we have three figures here. Now this, I believe, comes from Nepal. And it's about these like ogre demon kind of creatures that steal children from a village and train them in the ways of healing, the healing arts, okay? And those children who prove too weak, who don't have that determination, they're kind of left out on the mountainside and they could be hunted down by this other ogre, okay? So it's, again, it's speaking to that determination and that willpower. Like, even though the teacher or the lesson might be hard or scary or overwhelming, stick with it, because the alternative is to get consumed or to get beat down by this other ogre, okay? So stick with it. And some people, they feel like they learn better from people that they like. And, in some cases that may be true, but sometimes the people that you learn from that you don't vibe well with, they can be the best teachers, Okay? So don't let personality get in the way of you achieving your goals and your dreams, okay? Because this person, this teacher, may have a lot to offer you, even if their personality doesn't mesh well with yours. Think of House MD. Have you ever seen that show, House MD? He's kind of a punk, that guy, and he's super mean, but he's hella smart. And you can definitely learn a lot from him when it comes to medicine and healthcare. Okay? So, same idea. What else do we got? Four of Swords and King of Cups. So, what I'm getting here is master your emotions. Okay? Just because someone rubs you the wrong way doesn't mean you have to be aggressive or put them down or snap back at them, okay? The King of Cups is about understanding your emotions. You know, some ways that people teach you is they get you riled up. They push your buttons. That's part of the lesson, right? And so mastering your emotions and seeing like, okay, prioritizing what you have to learn from this person rather than how they make you feel, okay? And with this card, you know, this card came out with the other reading too, I think the Wisteria. So you definitely, I'm feeling like a lot of you have to check out that second reading also and get even more from this topic. But this is about watching your tongue, restraining yourself when it comes to speaking. Okay, some people they speak impulsively. When they get offended, when they get insulted, they snap back. And what this card is saying is like, hey, have grace. All right. And even though part of me really doesn't like this phrase, but it's appropriate here, is be the bigger person. Don't stoop to their level. All right. That's what this card is representing here. And really, the focus here is not on speaking and talking, but listening and learning. Okay. That's the priority here. That's the life lesson, is listening to what you are learning, listening for what you can learn. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I'm taking a lot of lessons myself from your reading, my Bracken crew. So let me know what you thought, of course. This is all about your soul contracts, karma, and life lessons. What a fun reading. I'm definitely excited to do this again in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in to your reading today, Star Fam. Make sure to like and comment down below what you are calling into your reality from your reading today. And of course, feel free to share this video with others and subscribe to this channel. Now, I'd like to extend a very special invitation for those of you that want to go beyond a general tarot reading. Specifically, if you'd like to align with your purpose and learn how to achieve your goals. Now, if you look in the description box down below, you will see that there is a link to book an energy alignment session with me. And on that call, we will come up with a roadmap specifically for you to align with your purpose and, of course, achieve your goals. So I look forward to connecting with you on your energy alignment session. And until next time, sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. Bye.